You know that feeling when you record a whole video and then you realize your mic wasn't on? Yeah. With that aside, are you ready to watch a video that has been completely overdone in the YouTube community and is, let's be real, a completely original idea on my part? I mean, I literally came up with this myself today, never been done before, even though I said it has been done before. Are you ready for that? Oh yeah, it's Q&As, baby. I love self-contradiction. It's absolutely awful. All right, enough of the terrible jokes, Sean. So I wanted to do something a bit different today. So we're going to be doing a Q&A. And I've actually never really done this before on the channel. I think at one point I tried doing it, but I only had 100 subscribers. So there was only one question. I was like, well, I can't make a full video out of that. But now, thanks to you guys and your support, I'm in a position where I can do this now. I probably won't be able to get through to all of them today. But what I'll do is, if you're interested in asking any questions, leave it in the comments down below. And I may one time come back to this video and answer those questions too. So with all that said, let's get into it. Tyler Thomas says, are you going to do vlogs of TCG events? Yes and no. The reason no is because, well, now we're in the coronavirus, right? We can't really go out and do these things. Now, I know there are places who are opening back up that are allowing to do events. There's none local to me, unfortunately, that are doing it from what I've seen recently. So I can't really do it effectively at all, to be honest with you. So yeah, but it's something I'm definitely interested in doing though, because I've got this new camera now, I can definitely easily vlog and, you know, go around and record these events. That'd be absolutely awesome to do. I'd have to speak to my local card shop. I've heard from one person, so, you know, give or take, that the local card shop to me does do Pokemon TCG events, and if I get that confirmed with them, I'll ask if it's okay to film and all that and see if I can get some videos on that. Pre-releases is something I'm definitely looking forward to as well once this whole thing blows over. So I'm definitely looking into it. I'm definitely interested in it. But it's just a matter of time now, really. Tom Stainer says, would you ever do a meetup with subs? Quickly though, thank you, Tom, for supporting the channel by becoming a member. But yeah, when it comes to meetups, I would love to do that. 110%. That would be an absolutely amazing thing to do, to meet you guys in person. Now, the big issue with it is, well, let's put the coronavirus aside. We all know that. Let's just put that aside for now. But let's say in the future it's all over and we can, you know, do whatever we want. But the issue there is that there's a lot of you scattered across the globe. And I think the majority of you are in the US. So if I was to do a meetup, it would probably be in the US. But even then, it's more of a matter of time. I mean, I have to be completely honest. The reality is 4,000 subscribers, although it is a lot in the Pokemon community when it comes to the trading card game, it's not a lot on the YouTube scale. The reality of it, and I'm going to be completely transparent with you here, but the audience size really isn't something that would make it, I wouldn't say worthwhile, but it would be a lot of effort for a very short outcome for some of you. So I thought, okay, it'd probably be better when it's larger. I'd say the subscriber count, if it does. I obviously don't know. I think that'd be something to do definitely further on down the line. I do want to add the premise here that I don't look at the channel through that lens. This is just things I have to take into account when considering these kinds of actions. Honey the Bee says, do you do YouTube for a living? No. What I do primarily is I'm a full-time father, full-time single father, should I say. I look after my son 5 days a week. I would take him to school, but obviously Corona, so I'm doing homeschooling with him. I think this is his last week, actually, until the summer holidays. That's what I do mainly, obviously, taking care of him, making sure he's all looked after and all that jazz. I do also have a part-time job as a dog sitter. Hopefully, though, if YouTube becomes a job, which is something that I don't really think about, but you know, if it does, then that'd be fantastic. That means I can be self-sustaining, and that's definitely a goal of mine. Not obviously the main goal, but one of them. Avi Kessler says, why did you decide to start making YouTube videos? This one's interesting because I actually remember the day, the very day, not the date, not that good, when I was deciding to do this and when it really came to mind. I was a big fan of PewDiePie at the time, loved his channel. I think Equals Free was kind of doing its thing around then as well, so I watched a lot of Equals Free at the time. And I think it was 2012, the year I started the channel, if I'm correct. And I went to my mates. We're sitting in a hall. I think we're on a bunch of bleachers, if that's the right term. I think it's the right term. The benches to watch a game in a hall. And I think I was doing a little talk for our mock exam. I think our teachers were talking to us about it or something like that. So the whole year was there, and I was sitting next to my mates, and I was like, "Oh, Jim, we should do a YouTube channel. That'd be awesome. That'd be amazing." So me and one of my mates at the time decided to create this channel and name it FTW TVHD. From there, it kind of just, you know, it was on and off for a lot of years. I think, well, it's almost 10 years since I've made the channel. And loads of those years were me being active, dormant, changing the content all the time. And as I said, it was originally intended to be a channel for both of us to do. But it kind of just fell into my hands at one point. I don't know how it just kind of did that. I think he ended up making his own channel. The main reason though was I was like, well, the first reason and the main reason and the reason that it still stays today, which is great, is that it's fun. I love creating. I am naturally a creative. If I don't make something during the day, I feel very off. Very, very off. So yeah, if I don't create, I go insane. So it definitely fills that void in my soul. Another reason at the time, not really a reason anymore, would be that it could be a job. I was like, wow, imagine having a career path where you could play games for a living. Obviously, it's an incredibly naive perspective and motivation to have, but at the time, I was like, 15, I'd have that motivation. I think many 14, 15-year-olds you see nowadays will probably have the same thought when thinking about making a YouTube channel. On top of that as well, I think having the responsibility with you as well is something that definitely is self-fulfilling. Having a channel where you guys watch and I know I can, the videos I can make your day. Because I've been told that before, and that's a responsibility that I find so amazing to have, and it makes me feel incredibly grateful. It's a big motivation. The fact that I can make you laugh and improve your day by doing what I need to do. That is a better payment than any money can provide. So that's definitely the main motivator today, I would say, with it being fun. So yeah. What's your favorite dog breed? Saberlife V plus Wheezing Unbroken Bonds. Best deck in format. Interesting. That's by Vanish Varmend. I hope I said your name correctly. Favorite dog breed? Rottweiler. Not for the reasons you probably think. I know Rottweilers are known for being like aggressive, but I think they're very soft and gentle if you raise them correctly. Tiger says, what are the decks you hate playing against? Mill. Bannerboy says, what's your favorite Pokemon? Mewtwo, baby. I mean, Mewtwo's awesome. I mean, come on, let's be real, okay? I know I'm going to sound like a Gen 1 here, okay? And by any stretch, I'm not, but let's be real. The simplistic design of Pokemon back then was really something that sold it. Its art style as well was really something that sold it. And let's be real, the art style has changed drastically. It's actually incredibly simplified nowadays. If you look at some of the Pokemon there, back in the day, the color, I think it's like watercolor palettes, and it was really nicely shaded, and it was really done artistically. Now it's done more toonishly, I think is the best way to describe it. And there's no real hate towards that. I just prefer that kind of style. And seeing Mewtwo in the old style, it looked like an absolute boss and an abomination at the same time. It was awesome. Have you taught your son how to play Pokemon? If so, why not do a father versus son game with each other? I have played with him a little bit here and there. And I have taught him a bit, and he did pick it up. I'm sure if I tried playing with him again, he'd probably have forgotten all of it, because he's not particularly interested in it at the end of the day. I've tried it, and if he doesn't really, subscribe to it, then, he plays what he wants. He likes playing Roblox, so I play Roblox with him instead. I know, playing Roblox, yeah. But yeah, I thought instead of, forcing what I like onto him, why don't I just get involved in what he likes? I don't really play much with him now because he's not interested in it. He's not really asked about it. He just likes doing what he's doing, so I'll just kind of get involved and enter his world. I think that's something that I find really fun. Caleb Brink says, would you ever consider doing, he didn't say ever, would you consider doing videos on subscribers' decks and suggesting improvements throughout the video? I actually used to do this. It's called Playing Your Decks. It used to be a series. I've stopped doing series on the channel, as you can probably see. I can't keep them up. When you've launched a series, you have to either finish it or continue it indefinitely. And if you continue it indefinitely, it either becomes dead or becomes the staple of your channel, effectively speaking, which means any content outside of it is going to be very hard to do. So I didn't want to, give such a huge limitation to my channel. So what I decided to do was implement that to the streams. So Caleb, if you're listening now, the streams are where I play your decks. So on Saturdays, 9 p.m. BST, I will be playing decks that are submitted through the Discord. I draw them all randomly, so you all have a fair chance. And that's the place you can go if you want to see that kind of content. And it's live, so it's amazing. It's awesome. Ghost Channel says, what deck do you have fun with the most? I'm assuming you mean currently. Tapu Koko combo is definitely the most fun one. I just really look forward to playing it. And if I sat there and was like, right, I want to play, what do I play? Koko combo will beat it 110%. Now, funnily enough, I don't really have much time to play the decks I want to play because I spend most of my time on the Pokemon card game because it's very limited nowadays, especially as homeschooling my son, that I play specifically to work on decks for videos, and I'm not complaining about that, and I don't think that's a bad thing at all. I think it still keeps me going, and I get to play different decks every day, so that's great. Tom Stainer says, what are your favorite things to do or go to, I assume, other than Pokemon? Outside of Pokemon, there would be being a parent, but yes, I know that's the cliche answer, so we'll put that aside. For me, making music is something I do a lot of. I have a music channel which is actually suggested on my channel suggestions. I haven't done too much recently, I'm afraid, because I've been prioritizing the channel and really setting out what is the priority for me right now in life. But yeah, so music I do on the side, it's a passion project of mine, so I just work on it whenever I need to. Other than that, going out with my mates. I mean, this is interesting actually. I used to be incredibly introverted a few years back, and I used to be incredibly introverted for a very long time. There's definitely a lesson I learned in all of that, coming through to who I am today. So I thought at least I'll get that across a little bit here. But when I was introverted, I never went out at all. Not once did I go out on a weekend with my mates. I would go home, I would play video games with people online in America. And although that was fun, it definitely wasn't going to last. And things kind of fell apart a few years back when I split up with my missus, because our mates were all centered around us as a couple. So things kind of fell apart there. And from there on, I was like, wow, the introverted part of me, and I'm not blaming introversion for this. I think you can be an introvert and live a perfectly happy life. But not going out and experiencing things made me lose many memories that I probably would have formed at my time in university, at my time outside of university when I was working, never really going out when I had the chance. I had people at work constantly asking me, hey, do you want to go out for a quick drink or something? I would say no, not because I didn't like them or anything like that, but I was just too nervous, I was too introverted, and I just wasn't good at social interactions, and I didn't like it. So I went home and just played video games, and again, there's no problem with that. But there is something different from what I've learned, at least, from a physical social connection with your friends than one that's online. And I know loads of people like to talk about it and say, hey, you can make friends online, and you can. But we all know it's when you meet them in real life that you discover whether or not you're real friends. And I never did that with the people in America. So when the time came, bang, they vanished. And I didn't have any friends at that point. At that point, I decided, hey, I'm going to reach out to my mate and go out. And we've been going out every weekend since, obviously, apart from the Corona stuff. And I formed so many memories, I formed so many bonds with people. And I am a completely newer person because of that. And so much more confident in myself and so much just happier in general. Is that because of introversion? I think it has a part to play. I think it's important to go out and get yourself involved in social situations. I think it's critical, actually. So if you are an introvert and you're someone who tends to stay inside a lot and kind of built their own bubble around their life, make an effort. Definitely make an effort to go out and live and meet new people. It's scary, I know that, but it changes who you are and makes you definitely a more complete person. I mean, if you asked me a couple of years ago, would I go to an event? It would be hell no. I'd be petrified. I wouldn't go on a plane. Now though, yes, I wouldn't at any opportunity now, so at any chance, miss the opportunity to go and form a new memory. I guess that's something you guys can take into account if you are in such a position. Definitely go out and do more. And that is something I like to do other than Pokemon. I like to go out and enjoy myself and form memories and form a life. The great thing is you can do it with Pokemon. You can go out to events and stuff like that and meet new people. So that's something I'm definitely going to be doing as well in the future. As I said, just wait for this whole thing to blow over. Could you say the word squirrel in French? It's écuelle.
Écureuil.
Done it. Yeah. Okay, so this video went on a bit longer than I expected, so I'm gonna have to leave it there and not get to all the questions, I'm afraid. But as I said, I don't know if I did say it actually, I might do it again in the future. Leave a comment down below with a question if you have one, and I can definitely get to it. But yeah, with all that said, of course, do leave a like if you did enjoy, and please do subscribe for more. Most importantly, take care of yourself, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.